We can tell by the problems that we were trying to do today where a parabola intersects a line that you can't see graphically always what's happening. So usually the better way to solve is substitution or elimination. But even though we're not graphing, you should still picture two lines that are potentially intersecting at a point if there's a solution. There might not be a solution. But if there is one solution, it'll look graphically like that. So substitution is where you find x or y that's alone. Like let's take this y is equal to x plus 1, and you substitute it in for the y in the other equation. So it's sort of like if both of these right sides are equal to y, then they equal each other. So you can go x plus 1 equals negative 4x minus 4, like that. That's the hardest part. And now we have one equation with one unknown. So we just keep going and solve for x. So you would add 4x to each side, subtract 1, and then divide both sides by 5. We've done this so many times that I'm skipping steps. So we know, now don't stop here. We know that the x coordinate is -1. So I just need to plug this back in to either equation. Just pick whichever one's easier. So let's just say we plug it into this one. So you get -1 plus 1 or 0. So the solution is actually, there's one solution, and it's the point -1, 0. Okay, next one. Questions on that? Okay, number 2, what's alone, x or y? Yeah, y is alone like this. So you take it and you substitute it in. But in this example, you really have to be careful to use parentheses whenever you substitute. I mean, that's always true. But it's particularly true here because what you need to remember to do, this is the tricky thing, is distribute this -2, not 2, but -2 to both of the terms inside the parentheses. So you get -4x plus 8 equals 1. And now it's one equation with one unknown, whereas we started out with two equations with two unknowns. So we get -x plus 8 equals 1. So -x equals -7. And then you just divide both sides by -1 and you get x is 7. So we've got 7 there, and then we don't know what y is yet, so we got to plug it back in. So you plug x back in for x. Be sure to plug it in for the right letter. So y is 2 times 7 minus 4, or 14 minus 4, 10. So we get one solution there. And if you see me make a mistake, please stop me. And then here, what's alone, x or y? X. So we take what x is, and we substitute it in for the letter x with parentheses. So 4 times x plus 3y equals -2. We have one equation with one unknown, -36 minus 20y plus 3y equals -2. So we get -20y. We combine like terms. No, that's not. It's not that. So we get -36. These are the like terms. We want to combine those first. So you get -36 minus 17y equals -2. -17y equals add 36. So that's 34. So y is -2. So in our solution, be sure you don't also mix up x and y. You have to put -2 second, because that's for y. Y comes second. Then you plug -2 back in for y anywhere. Just pick whichever one. -9 minus 5 times -2 equals x, or x equals it's positive 10 minus x equals 1. So there's one solution for that as well. And we'll talk about what no solutions and infinite solutions look like. Actually, I'll talk about it right here. So if you were solving one of these and you ended up where the x disappeared and you ended up with something like 3 equals 3, then what would the answer be? If x or infinite solutions, right? If you end up with something like that, it's infinite solutions. If you were solving it and then you end up with like 3 equals 0, what would that be? No solution. Yeah. So it's possible that x or y will just disappear entirely, but you shouldn't be thrown because it's either infinite or none. If it's true, it's infinite. It means it was the same line to begin with. If it's false, then it's no solution.